I wish you would stop taking so goddamn long to do the fucking recaps. Did you know that there are only so many minutes in the day, and the fact that I have to spend over 20 listening to you mumble through some fucking stupid ass movie? I can't describe to you how much I hate every aspect of who you are and who you choose to be. If there is anything you could do to change, I would say that would be the best thing to do for everybody on the planet. Every fiber of my being and my shit hates you. And I have a lot of fiber. Because I have a lot of shit.
What is this tension? Hello, Shaggy Goose and comrades.
Hello. We are in Russian, even though we speak slow.
And today we have very special episode. we have today. Why am I a vampire?
Because you're going to
Russian. We have live studio audience in Gulag. Say hello.
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 I'm just realized that
Comrade.
I'm not audience, and I answered hello. I don't know what's going on. I'm in Russia.
The other member has not said hello, comrade.
Hello.
I'm sorry, I could not hear you.
Hello.
Everything I said before, Chris, was for joke. It does not.
I know
mean
the
anything.
entire time I was trying to fart to break the tension, but I kept
really
feeling like I had to shit
I really
instead.
do not. I promise everything I said was joke. I do not shit that much.
Okay.
That will only.
It
that
hurts
was
a
joke.
lot.
Okay.
It's probably all the cheese
Okay.
that I am not.
What movie are we doing today, comrade?
We are doing.
I'd like to do Black Widow. That's for sure.
Florence Pugh. What is her name? The Pew Pew.
Yelena Bolokov or whatever.
Yelena Bolskov. Tregovsky. I had a stroke.
I had a stroke after Kyle punched me.
I did punch Jake in the face earlier.
In cranium.
He is now definitely going to be Red Guardian on the temple because his temple is red. Aha. Aha. Aha.
Alright, have you only seen this movie once?
I have only seen
This.
once, yes.
I have seen 3 times.
Oh.
Wow.
You can tell that we're recording this in Russia, considering that our audience is
Oh,
heavily armed.
brother, it's cold.
Oh,
Oh.
so cold. I am not sweaty in my shorts right
Thank
now.
you for interrupting me on that.
You're welcome.
You can also tell we are in Russia because
I will kick every single one of you out if you shoot me. I have the power.
there are bears. This is very intimidating. I am staring. I'm breaking the accent. I'm staring down the barrel of like 17 fucking guns right now, and I'm just somehow expected to carry on a conversation like normal. What is this, Cuba?
Well, they do go into Cuba.
Yeah, hey, shut the fuck up. This is my recap.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
They're shooting at us!
I didn't interrupt him.
Blimey.
How does it feel?
Wait, no, that's British.
How does it feel to have your thunder stolen, Chris?
Because you know what comes before thunder? Lightning. Ka-chow. We're doing Cars today, ladies and gentlemen. Back to Black Widow.
Oh, I thought you were doing Ragnarok. Because he's lightning.
Aha.
God of War Ragnarok, though, not Thor.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
No.
Jesus.
Oh, Chris is looking up the Wikipedia again.
All right, so let's just while Chris is trying to figure out what the movie's about, and by what it's about, I mean what actually happened. Let's talk. Who likes the movie?
I do.
Jonathan doesn't.
Jonathan doesn't.
I do not.
I feel bad. What's your name?
Jonathan, I just
Wait,
said.
Jeremiah. Jeremiah. That's
They're
what I was
brothers.
thinking of.
They're brothers.
Your
You're
brothers.
gonna have to speak a little louder.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, because you got to talk
He's
fast.
Yeah.
Jonathan.
You're picking
I'm
up a little
Jeremiah.
I got you. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay.
Yeah, what's crazy is the biggest thing for him was that the pheromones with Dracov.
Yeah, he just couldn't get off of it. There are things that I can suspend my disbelief about, and that was just the idea of I can't kill this person because they smell a certain way.
Yeah.
Some kind of way. I was like, okay.
Well, the thing about that to me is, if I were his Black Widow, I'd be like, oh, okay, and then I'd walk over to the other side of the room and just shoot him.
Yeah.
Or
but then.
Or do you one better? I'd hold my nose.
Why didn't she?
She said that didn't work.
Why didn't she sever the connection before?
It's called getting information.
But
She did that at the beginning of Avengers as well.
Yeah. I guess.
Thank you for your cooperation.
But she didn't like break her nose in front of Loki and go, haha, now I can kill you because I can't smell your mischief.
Shut
Well,
the fuck up! That's in the recap.
No, it's not.
It will be.
Loki is not in the recap.
No, I'm talking about. Okay.
Low key. Okay, everybody, raise your hand if you like the movie.
Basically,
All right, no. I'm not gonna say who it was because I think it's funnier that way.
Okay.
All right, raise your hand if you didn't like the movie. Wow, that is.
You didn't watch it.
We saw some hands, didn't
He
we?
was here. Yes, he did.
Oh yeah, you're
He was literally in the room.
Well, it's pretty much a 50-50 split. I don't know if you could tell. Jake, did you like the movie?
I did, yeah.
Okay. I have very mixed feelings about it. I don't know whether I liked it or
Well,
not.
I've also seen it 3 times.
Yeah,
So
fair enough. I saw it in theaters, and I laughed really, really hard at everything that David Harbour was in. And
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh was very funny.
you do the thing with you're such a puzzler.
I feel like this movie should have been made at least a decade ago. Or if they wanted to make it, I feel like they should have said it during the Budapest mission that they allude to, and it frankly sounds like a much better movie and better character study than the one that we got.
I was wanting more of that.
But at the same time, I did like aspects of this movie.
Oh yeah, there were a couple shots specifically that were like super poetic. I think the red near the end when they're all fighting the Black Widow. I think that was super good, super well
When they're all fighting the
done. The widows.
Oh yeah.
And then the whole sequence when she is leaving in the beginning after the flashback when she's leaving and she's like going to the little trailer or whatever. Hey, they fucked, right?
Who?
Her and the other guy.
Mason?
Yeah.
Uh,
Right?
he has a family, doesn't
At
he?
least once.
He has a family.
Because
No,
come on,
she can't have sex. She had her.
That doesn't mean
she had a
can't
hysterectomy.
have sex.
her
That makes
vagina's
no
still there.
sense.
She just can't have babies. Okay.
Avengers don't have sex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would
is
be
true.
unpure of them.
Right.
Yes.
Do not
Heroes-
do not watch the first Iron Man movie.
Yes.
Canonically part of the contract. Didn't you read the article about how like DC was like heroes don't go down on people?
That-
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's not sexy sex. That's just.
Well, okay.
All right, Chris, recap.
All right. This movie
I love you, Mom.
is Black Widow. It starts out in 1995.
I love how he has the Wikipedia pulled up.
Yeah, shoot Jake, not me. Ow, God!
I'm actually really happy because I forgot why they were shooting.
Yeah? Well, guess what? I ain't a bitch. I can take a bullet.
All right.
If I could take a
Okay,
punch,
Vin Diesel.
All
if
right.
I could take a punch from,
Yeah, you're
Kyle.
still interrupting me.
I am,
Yeah.
and they're still shooting, and I'm gonna keep interrupting.
Okay. I got bullets on the tables. Guys.
Yeah, good. I want them to
Alright.
keep shooting,
All
What
right.
happens next in the movie?
and eventually, Chris, they're gonna run out. And you know what happens then?
What?
I rip your throat out.
All right.
All right.
Black Widow starts in 1995, where Black Widow and what's her name? Yelena.
Yelena.
Yeah. She basically has a sister, and she has like 2 foster parents, and they're like a normal family and shit. But then all of a sudden, they're speaking in Russian away from them, and the audience is like, oh no, these are like Russian undercover agents. And they're like, oh, we stole SHIELD intel, so we need to pack up the kids and then go to Cuba. So they go to Cuba, and when they go to Cuba, they basically just like depart as like mother and father, and it turns out that the father was Russian Captain America, and they sell them to this dude who like takes them and forms them into these soldiers known as Black Widows. And so after that, we cut to like right after the events of Civil War, where we see that Black Widow is kind of like laying low in this little mobile home, who's provided by this friend that she knows named Mason, who like hooks her up with all this like cool survival stuff, and she's just kind of chilling, you know. And then we cut to her sister, what she's doing at the time. She's still a Black Widow, and she's like, you know, killing people because that's what the Russians want them to do. And as she's like tracking down this rogue Black Widow agent, she sprays this little vial of red stuff in her face, and then
Perfume.
yeah,
No, Hellboy juice.
and I'm glad they're doing that.
Hey, shoot me again,
but
Chris.
that
I'm throwing your laptop across the room.
No, that's expensive. Stop.
My body is priceless.
Yeah, because no
Alright.
one's gonna pay for it.
Anyway,
Hey,
I'd
hey.
pay for it.
And so would MILF.
What?
And Office Depot Girl. So
How do you
fuck
feel
both
about
of
this,
you.
Claire?
Anyway,
Ew.
so she sprays her face with this red perfume stuff, and then she's like, "Oh, what? I'm me. Wait, who are you?" And she's like, "I'm dead." But all this stuff is antidote to the mind control that they are putting on these like Black Widow agents. So like free them and they can have independence like you have now. She's like, okay, and so she leaves, and then she
You gotta check the Wikipedia.
He goes,
Hold
the Black Widow does the thing.
She goes.
Oh yeah, she's attacked by Taskmaster, and wait,
Who?
hold up, wait a minute.
Who? Attacked
hold
by
up,
who?
Hold up,
Taskmaster?
hold up,
Taskmaster.
hold
He
up,
goes,
hold up.
you did not
Oh,
pay your
no,
property tax.
No, hold up. She sends the antidote to
Agent of the
Black
IRS.
Widow, and then she's like, wait, what is this stuff? And then she takes the stuff, and then she drives off to town because her motorhome like got blacked out, and then all of a sudden this Taskmaster dude comes up and blows up her car, and then she like falls into a river, and then she wakes up and she
Oh, you know what it's like?
what?
It's like the what's it called? The characters? What in Godzilla vs Kong, what
Yeah.
were they called? The
Yeah, she
The
wakes
boats?
up and
The
then
big
she
boats?
finds that
The aircraft characters?
the aircraft characters.
She wakes
the
up.
Taskmaster.
She wakes up and finds out that her sister sent her the antidotes and stuff, and then she meets her sister again. They fight for a little bit, but then they like become friends again, and they're like, okay, we need to go to this Budapest place. Budapest place. Wait a minute. No.
Fill my cup, put some liquor in it.
No, we need to go break out our dad because we need
I didn't know you were talking about the podcast. You just said, wait a minute. We need to go break out.
This is not a good recap.
I was like,
I was not at home very much this week.
Were you working on another Godzilla costume?
No. But anyway, they're like, okay, we have the antidote. We got to free all the Black Widows. We need to go free our superhero dad so that he can help us kill Dreykov, who's the guy who's controlling all the Black Widows. And so they go and break him out, and then there's an ambulance. There's an avalanche.
Here's an ambulance.
And they're like, oh shit, we're about to die. No, they're not. They hop in a helicopter
And every
and they
time
go.
Chris says a word, shoot him.
All right, fair enough. And so they get in the helicopter, and then they land at this farm place where their mother is supposed to be. And then Alexei, who is the Red Guardian, he's like, girls, what is with all this tension? That has no like holding over the plot. I just like that line. And so he goes over.
I think it does.
They go over to the to the lady, and she's like, haha, I can like brain control pigs because that's what Dracov's doing. Also, I just told Dracov and all of his people that we're here, but I'm still a good guy. And so like she goes and talks with Black Widow for a little bit and is like, hey, we can like put these face masks on and be each other, and then that way when we get in that facility we can like, you know, break the other two out. And so they get kidnapped and everything. And this is where it gets a little bit complicated explaining it this way, because it's not revealed later that they're the other person. It's not revealed until later that they're the other person. But anyway, Black Widow, dressed up as her mom, talks to Dracov, and she's like, ha ha ha, reveal all your stuff to me, please. And he's like, no, but I'm going to anyway, because I like talking about myself. And so he does. And what his plan is that he's basically got like Black Widows everywhere around the globe, and he's just gonna take over all of them and use them as weapons. And she's like, I don't like that, psych, I'm Black Widow. And he's like, psych, I already knew that. Also, Taskmaster is my daughter, who you thought that you killed a long time ago, which made you like leave me in the first place and go to S.H.I.E.L.D. That was very important. Don't know why I didn't say it earlier, but anyway, we're here now.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh no, psych, I'm gonna kill you because you made Taskmaster go and kill my other people. And then he's like, psych, you can't kill me because I got this special cologne on to where if you smell it, you can't hit me. And she's like, psych, bam, she smacks her nose on the table.
For those of you who can't see,
breaks her freaking nose. I just explained what I did. Shut the fuck up. And so she breaks her nose. And she's like, yeah, I can't smell you, so now I can beat the shit out of you. And she beats the shit out of him. And then he escapes in a helicopter. And Black Widow's sister saves all the Black Widows because she like tapes the antidotes to a grenade and throws it in the air, and they like go back to normal. And so they help all of them break out of the Red Room, which is where we're at. I didn't explain that earlier.
What are you doing?
Hey, is this the Red Room?
Anyway,
when we were watching the movie,
Inside jokes. Love to be a part of one someday.
Yeah, in the movie when we were watching the movie, Jonathan was like, "Is this the Red Room?" And it goes, it shows the right after.
That's funny.
You had to be there.
Okay.
Anyway, so Dracov like escapes in a helicopter, and then I forgot who kills. Oh yeah,
Yelena.
Yeah, Yelena like jumps onto the helicopter,
and Scarlett Johansson goes, "No!"
Yeah.
No, she goes, "Hooray!" Because she's Finn from all the dumbass Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd get into that. But anyway, the Red Room's like exploding. By the way, the Red Room is this huge like helicopter facility, floating space thing in sky.
It's also not very red.
Yeah, it's not. There's
Kyle,
only one
please.
room that's red.
Kyle, please.
And so anyway, the whole thing blows up. Everybody is Tom Petty free falling. and Yelena blows up the helicopter and she's falling, and then Black Widow catches her, puts her parachute on her, and then she's like, hold up, I gotta go fight Taskmaster in the sky, which is really cool. And so they fight for a little bit.
Yeah, the window thing.
And then they like pulled their parachutes at the last minute, and then they're like, you're cool, it's fine, it's whatever.
That's not what happened.
I forgot what happened.
No,
she hits him with the anti-mind control thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or hits her with it.
Yeah. And so anyway, so this is like the end of the movie, and then Black Widow's like talking to her family, and then they're like, hey, maybe we'll meet again. And it was like, yeah, if I don't die in Endgame.
Yeah, that's an actual quote.
and
they say it just like that. They go, hey, if I see you again, then I'll see you again.
Yeah, pretty much. And she's like, all right, you guys go live your life. I'm gonna go get arrested by the S.H.I.E.L.D. people and do other movies. And that's the end. And we get a post-credit scene where it's after Endgame. And
no.
Huh?
Yeah.
There's two.
No.
You forgot about the 2 weeks later.
I didn't get to... I think he
got
up to use the bathroom.
Said it.
What are you talking about?
What? Oh, you mean in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
no,
seems
the 2
confusing,
weeks
maybe.
later is when she leaves to go join, like, Infinity War.
Oh, yeah, pretty
Okay,
much. Yeah,
alright.
yeah. Anyway, that's how the movie ends, but there's a post-credit scene where it's after Endgame, and she is already dead, and her sister is, like, looking at her grave. And then, what's her name from
Valentina.
Seinfeld? No, what's her name from Seinfeld?
Valentina.
Saint
Okay.
Valentine.
The girl from Seinfeld, like, shows up and says,
And
hey,
if you had watched the Marvel shows, you'd know exactly who it is.
She was supposed to just appear in that one first and then be in the Marvel shows, but
Yeah.
you know.
Anyway, she says, "Hey, here's
The
the guy
villain.
who killed
Ready?
Black Widow." Dun dun dun! It's Hawkeye, which is going to lead up to the Hawkeye series coming this fall on Disney Plus.
Subscribe.
All right, so a key detail here that you missed, Chris.
All right.
So at the very beginning,
Was there just one?
Yes.
I'm sure there were.
well,
others.
there are others,
I
Yeah.
tuned out.
but
Where are we?
at the beginning, Russia. At the beginning, Natasha goes. She goes,
Oh,
And
'cause she
then-
was in the Hunger Games.
and then Yelena
Yeah.
goes,
Yeah.
and then they do it again.
At
when
the very
she-
end of the movie.
They do it again when they're parting ways before 2 weeks later, and they
Mhm.
leave and they do it. And then in the post-credit scene, what Yelena is at the grave, she goes,
And you.
and I really wanted there to be a
yeah.
whistle,
Yeah,
but there wasn't.
there wasn't.
Yeah.
And then I let a bomb go off in the theater because of that.
Oh God! Why would you say that?
I did not interrupt. Who did
I
that?
thought that meant a fart.
Yeah, you
bad
interrupted
joke.
millions of people's lives.
Yeah. Well, Marvel should have done better.
They fit literally millions in that one building that y'all were in.
Hey,
Yeah, I was
hey,
about to
hey.
say, like,
No, that's Fat Albert.
that killed just maybe like 20 or 30 people.
Here's the thing: when you die, it's not just you who suffers.
That's not what this movie's about. Actually,
It
kind of
might be, actually.
I
Yeah.
forgot about how big this podcast is. It's got those millions of fans that would be devastated by Jake's death.
We weren't just talking about Jake. We were talking about people who matter.
All right, I've done my job poorly. You guys talk about
Why do
how
you
this
always
movie
say
relates to
that?
God.
Chris, you're a part of this entire podcast.
Why didn't you let me fucking finish my sentence? I was making a joke.
You stopped talking!
No, I didn't.
You went, all right, I've done my job. I'll let you take over.
I was still talking, and you talked over me.
Are you guys gonna get a divorce?
Yes. I'm taking the dog with me.
Oh no, part 2 all over again.
Oh yeah, Yelena gets
My
a dog
family's divorced.
because she said she wanted a dog.
See how I did that?
Because she can't have kids.
Oh yeah.
See how I set that up?
Yeah. She
What's
don't-
the animal that's a? She should have got a goat, because then she could still have her kids.
Jesus.
Because the baby goats are kids. Okay, so what's this movie about? I don't do good with an audience. I just keep talking.
So I know that you want to talk about something, Kyle, but what I think is very interesting.
How your armpits do stink pretty bad.
No, they don't. Like, honest to God.
Well,
Honest to God,
stinks.
smell.
It's me.
Like, no, I swear to God. I swear to God.
Something smells onion.
Yeah, okay. Chris smelled my armpits.
No,
Now
it's
clear.
coming from him.
No, it's not.
Bro, I swear to.
Are you joking? You gotta be joking.
Are you
I'm not.
joking?
I smell something.
Is it you?
I don't know.
You see, he smelled himself and said, "I don't know." It's not me. I put fresh deodorant on right before I beat you in the car.
Yeah, and you're sweating.
I'm not sweating. Well, I'm probably still sweating currently,
All right,
but
can we talk about the movie?
okay.
Anyway, I think this is an interesting character study about Black Widow's character, just a little bit.
Mhm.
I think it's more interesting than Noah or whatever. But
Excuse me.
you heard me.
Oh, dude, you're gonna eat your words so
Bible
hard.
Schmeibel.
You're gonna. I hope your mom beats you because you said that.
No, she's gonna beat
Jesus.
me anyway.
All right.
Okay. I also just hope your mom beats you. Okay.
What is this tension?
What
Why the aggression?
All right. What do you want to talk about? What are you
But
talking
yeah,
about?
no, I think what's super interesting is that basically, Black Widow, well, I guess we'll just refer to her as Natasha, is essentially running the entire time, kind of her purposes, besides having to redeem herself through the Red Room and getting rid of that. Because, I mean, what she does in the very beginning is run, and then at the end she runs as well. And when she talks about killing Antonia, she's like, I needed to get out. So
Antonia
basically,
is Dracov's daughter, by the way, who is Taskmaster. I didn't really clear that up in the podcast.
it's okay. I did.
And not the podcast, the recap.
Okay.
Podcast is what we're doing. Continue.
So he interrupted me. Are you gonna shoot him? No.
I gave them the guns.
But yeah. There's more I want to say about that, but I lost my train of thought.
Choo choo.
Anyway, she's trying. So she the whole time is kind of like her trying to get out of this world, essentially. But it's interesting because she always also kind of is seeking a family, yet the one that she had, quote unquote, she pushes away.
Yeah.
And that's understandable given the circumstances of the family, but Yelena goes on to say, like, it was real to me. And it's one of those things where it's like, define real.
Yeah.
You know, they still had the experience, and even though it wasn't even though it wasn't by blood and it was technically fake,
it's the subjective for sure, because it's not that it was your biological family, but it was the fact that the memories that you had there were better than the alternative,
right?
And so you look upon that more fondly, and you look upon that as being your real life, whether that would objectively be your real life or not.
Well, and as Yelena says, for the best parts of her life to be fake,
yeah, it's rough.
You know,
yeah.
Well, but then it goes into this in the same sense. Natasha accepts the Avengers as her family, even though they're not blood.
Yeah,
which I think makes the fact that she does accept the, I guess, fake family, whatever you want to call it. She accepts that more powerful because of that.
Yeah. Wait, are you saying because she has an alternative family, or
because she has an alternative family? Because she has an alternative family that she accepts that is essentially the same thing as the other family. I confused myself.
Yeah.
Because she rejects the Russian family, and because she accepts the Avenger family, when she accepts the Russian family, it's more powerful because of that.
Okay, I got you.
Because you know what Murray always says? They got the real shit. Shared trauma. $10.
Who'd you say, Murray?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bald Eagle.
I'm trying to remember.
I have no idea what that's talking
I've
about.
heard
Unless you're talking about the
before.
Angry Birds movie.
No.
I have not seen that.
Stranger Things.
Oh,
when they go to his house,
yeah.
and it's Nancy and Jonathan.
Jonathan, yeah. Was that season 2? I think it was.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, stop that. You're making me laugh.
Yeah, no, I certainly think it's very clearly about family. Maybe even more so than F9.
That's an F9.
I was about to say.
Oh
that.
God, I thought Dom just pulled up. I heard a
but no, I think I think well, let's go off the assumption that without her family she would have failed.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this movie has her failing. And in fact, I would venture to say more than half of it she fails in every fight, every whatever. And I'm not saying that necessarily like as a joke, although sometimes it's kind of funny the fact that she can get up from it, like when she fell off that building.
Oh, no. Let me tell you why it makes sense.
Avenger.
No.
I hardly know her.
No.
Yeah.
No, because Red Guardian said, "My girls are the toughest girls in the world." He set that up. So everything else he set that up. So everything else beyond that is okay.
Bullet to the face. They're fine. So yeah. But no, I think what the movie is trying to get at, one, it's supposed to make her more relatable, right? Because part of the problem that I had with the Captain Marvel movie is that she didn't struggle at all.
Yeah, well, she's also just kind of a bitch.
Well, okay, so but what I'm trying to get at is that it on one level it makes her more relatable, and on a second level it forces her in some aspects to undergo transformation, because you don't change without some external force promoting that.
Right.
I don't think that you can change solely by well, you can't want anything if you have everything, is essentially what I'm getting at. So there has to be some sort of external force, right? So I think going off the assumption that she would lose without her family, I think we have to consider what that means. And so that's why I was going to bring up Noah. Haha, pulling back Chris and Claire's wedding.
Well, before you get into that, I
Yeah.
think another interesting aspect of this is, so she succeeds because she has support, right? This is an age old thing that happens in
It's
film.
fairly universal,
right?
I would say.
But I was thinking about this. I was watching Star Wars Rebels, and
I'm sorry. Can you stop? No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that to sound so mean. I apologize. Okay, we're good. Okay.
Did you? But it kind of occurred to me that it was when Kanan is fighting the Inquisitor when the Inquisitor dies the first time.
Oh, and Rebels.
Rebels,
I'm sorry.
right?
Yeah.
And he, the Inquisitor's like, "Oh, it looks like you're stronger now." And Kanan's like, "Well, I have nothing left to lose." But it's interesting because it's.
What does that have to do?
Well, I'm working on it.
Oh, okay.
Although that's kind of an accepted thing, is that you have to, like, the people who have nothing to lose are all often like more aggressive and more powerful, quote unquote. But I think it may be the opposite, is when you have everything to lose.
Yeah, well, it's the question of stakes. I
Yeah.
mean, for one, and not just the juicy prime rib ones. Haha, joke. It's about again, when you have, I would say when you have everything to lose, there is more of a drive to keep
Right.
what you possess. And so, like, if you have a family, you're going to defend that family harder than if you did not have a family, because the only thing, if you have nothing, you're only fighting for survival. Because I would say those who have an ideal to fight for wouldn't say that they're fighting for nothing. So if you are saying you're fighting for nothing, it's only survival, and that can only take you so far, because there is a certain amount of pain that one can go through, and if they have nothing else to fight for other than their own life, I don't think that's strong enough.
Well, you know what Melina says?
What?
Pain can only make you stronger.
Pain can only make you stronger.
But I think why that's important here is that again, you mentioned, like, they always get up, even if they're
like Batman.
Yeah.
Why do
well,
we
in
fall?
Spider-Man,
Why do we fall?
to get back up.
So we learn to get back up.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
What were you going to say about
I
Spider-Man?
thought Jonathan would think that was funny.
I did think that was funny.
He didn't laugh.
Counter argument though to the whole getting up thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't done talking about it, but go ahead.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. Well,
Bring the mic to him.
in
No, just yell.
in the Dark Knight, like when Batman falls, he breaks his leg, and it's like broken in the next movie, and he has to use like a thing to like get it to work and everything. And in Black Widow, the like biggest injury she sustains like the whole movie is a broken nose, which then they immediately address by her just breaking.
I've already
it back.
explained this. I've already
Doesn't
explained
she
this.
falls out of the
No,
sky base.
no, the Red Guardian set this up. He set it up.
She does have a lot of bruises at one
toughest
point.
girls in the
Yes.
world.
Exactly. Red Guardian said why that happens.
And I
But
think
she also
I think
falls out of the sky base with no parachute, lands on the ground. And
Actually,
completely
she
unsafe.
actually
shoot with the Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Well, I think this movie's a victim of the regular like Marvel mentality, which the Marvel mentality a lot of the time is like, we'll just have our heroes experience like the biggest explosions possible and then get up fine because we don't have time to like address like them being hurt.
my girls.
But it's worse for Black Widow, I think, especially in this movie, because everybody except for the Red Guardian is just a person. Like every one of them is just a human person. So like when Yelena and Natasha are fighting each other, and Yelena's like straight up coming out at her with like a 4-inch knife, trying to like literally kill her. There's a part of me that's like, dude, she could legit die, and you just mailed her the antidote to save humanity. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and so that's something that really bothered me about the movie, was that it felt like it was sacrificing stakes, like what y'all are talking about, for cool action sequences, so that whenever something actually would happen, they would just brush over it and be like, well, they're fine. They get out of this broken car that hit 17 cars, went into a subway, and they climb out and start running.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? They
Right.
don't even have a second to like stand up and be like, oh my god, like there's no, to me that hurt the stakes a lot.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean I'd agree. I'd agree with that. And
I've already explained why.
Yeah, go ahead and repeat yourself. Joe.
Yes, my girls are the toughest in the world.
Okay.
no, I agree. And I think there are different ways to make your character suffer, and a lot of times, uh, in lesser Marvel movies, it's more of a physical like suffering, like oh they keep getting beat up and then they come back. One of the reasons I like Spider-Man 2 so much is because every single scene in the first half of it is Peter just getting walloped on by life, right? And all that culminates in the night where uh, he he tries to get MJ back and she rejects him by being like, "You're nothing but an empty seat to me." He finds out that she just then accepted an engagement proposal from her boyfriend. Then Harry beat him up a bunch. He had to take a picture of her saying yes to the engagement. He wasn't able to get a drink from any of the waiters that was walking by. It's the worst night of his life. And then immediately afterwards, that's when he's like, you know what? Is any of this worth it? I like seeing stakes that are more internal than physical. But I think obviously they come from the external world. It's just how they manifest in stories. And I think you're right. Like Marvel movies, like a lot of times you're dealing with people who just have like infinite power, pretty much. And so when they get hurt, it's not like hurt. It's just like I got the movie blood on me, but I'm good. That kind of thing. I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of any MCU movie where the characters get like hurt. The only one I can think of is Captain America, Winter Soldier, when Bucky keeps punching him in the face and he's got like just like Steve's got like the big bruises and shit on his face.
Yeah, which I mean he can regenerate. So
Yeah, right.
So
No, yeah,
nothing-
because it's
yeah.
like after that he was fine. I don't think they were trying to convince you that she was going to die because even when the movie was originally supposed to come out, everybody already knew when she was going to die. I think the stakes were specifically more of an emotional one because and this is more so just headcanon for me. I don't think she would have gotten as far in Infinity War without this resolution with her old family in this movie, considering that it happens beforehand. Because in Infinity War, like in all the movies that she appears in beforehand, she's got this like some sort of internal thing that almost seems broken inside her. And this really manifests in Age of Ultron a lot, where she talks about a red ledger in the first Avengers movie. Age of Ultron, like I said, she talks a lot about like she's not a good person. I think that appears also in Winter Soldier, but by the time she reaches Infinity War, she seems like a new person almost. And I think, and again, this is why I was going to get into the Noah story about this is because there's a specific line in that story where it says Noah was right in his generations. And that's kind of an interesting line. And I think you can interpret that as meaning Noah had a functioning relationship with his family. And
Can I finish the point I was making?
it was this function that he had with his family on top of being called
I understand now,
by
Chris.
God, which you could also say
I understand.
the Avengers in essence were called by God. I mean, if you watch
You had
Loki, they
people
kind of
shoot
were
me.
because it's supposed to happen on the
You had
TVA.
people shoot me,
Um,
Christopher.
I lost my point because Jake kept talking.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember mine that I was trying to get to like 15 minutes ago. Can I finish it right quick?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, basically because she has everything to lose is why she can keep getting back up, which is like a universal superhero thing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done now
I
because
feel like we've already said that.
yeah, well, I wanted to say it
Okay.
because it was my point.
Another thing I think this movie is about nationalism.
Russian nationalism or
no, American
nationalism?
nationalism. Once they leave America, everything just goes to shit. Well,
So you're-
okay. So I am. That is a joke, but
Is it?
when they're leaving,
That's hilarious.
they play American Pie by Don McLean, and it comes up again, and I thought it was really interesting. There was a quote that I found about the song.
I know Chris's phone password.
Okay.
Me too.
The guy who wrote it said that the song represents a shift from the naive and innocent 50s to the darker decade of the 60s. which is very much
Oh, okay.
a
I can see
parallel to Natasha and
Yeah.
Elena's lives.
that.
There you go.
So yeah, stay here. Don't be a communist. That's what the movie's about.
I certainly agree with the
The
No one's
very
laughing.
end.
I
Nobody's
agree
laughing.
I agree with the very end. Yeah, but Jesus Christ.
That was a joke. All right.
So going back to Noah, I'm just.
Hey, do you think Noah was a communist?
No,
You don't think so?
no, they didn't have any idea about economic systems like that. So no.
What about like a republic, representative republic?
No.
No.
No. No, they didn't have concept of economic or political.
You don't know
function.
that. Were you
Yes,
there?
I don't have to be there. It didn't exist anywhere in the world.
Maybe not. Maybe it did.
Fuck off. That's
They
what I
didn't know
have
how to
say.
write till Sumeria,
Okay.
Mesopotamia.
Yeah. So you're going to say the people beforehand had a concept of writing before it existed in any archaeological essence?
Hey, we haven't uncovered the entire Earth yet.
Fair enough.
Yeah, all right.
Well, I mean, we know what's like,
Do we?
underneath the earth.
Do we?
Yeah.
Big monkey.
I was,
Oh.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Or Middle Earth.
I do want to finish this point about Noah because I think it's very important.
How does it feel?
All right. Yeah. Well, because I know how it feels because I'm around you a lot. So that felt good. Can you scratch my back more?
Yeah.
Thank you.
How does that make you feel, Claire?
Okay.
She said turned on, I guess. You couldn't hear it in the mic, but
Yeah, I accidentally hit it and unplugged it really quickly when that happened. So
darn.
here, I'll replay it. Turned on.
Oh my god, that's Claire. That sounds just like her.
Can I have this gun?
What?
Can you take his gun?
Why?
I want it, and he's asleep.
No, you gave it to him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hey, can I have the gun?
I'm gonna take that out because if
Thank
it
you.
sounds like he's asleep, then that means it's boring. I don't like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it doesn't have. It has one bullet in it.
For the record, we did stay up until like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Hey, and we got up at 1. That's 8 hours.
You guys got up at 1 p.m.?
Yes.
Oh, no wonder you guys were eating when I came in.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I have not pointed at you this entire
Jesus.
time.
I feel like that's a lie. All right.
The flood is coming. Jesus Christ.
No.
Okay. Well, no, not
no,
yet.
no.
We're getting there, yeah.
That's a few books later.
We're getting
Just a few years.
right after the Chronicles of Narnia. All right. So,
No, that's during.
anyways, what does the flood represent? All right. Let's take this apart. There are a lot of flood myths, right? They're all around the world.
I think do you have Ulrich Roach?
Say that again.
Ulrich Roach for history.
Oh no.
All right, he said that like 99% of like religions have a flood mythos.
Yeah, well, no, it's true. Almost all of them do, and they're all across the world, whether they're in the Western, Eastern Hemisphere, stuff like that. And so you have to consider, okay, A, there either was a universal flood event, or B, there were many flood events in localized areas happening somewhere around the same time. Now, there's no geological evidence for a universal flood myth, but there is geological evidence for many multiple flooding events in areas. The one that's most common to biblical readers and other world religions, or I guess just local religions from around the Mesopotamian area, is the Mesopotamian flood, which would have happened, somewhere around like before 2000 BC. This is way.
I thought you
way
were gonna
back
say
then.
AD.
Even closer to yes, even probably closer to like 3500 BC, right? And it
That's
was
old.
in there, and it was one of those things. It's there's the Jungian idea of the collective consciousness, and essentially what
Carl Jung.
essentially what he was getting at is the idea that
Oh!
there are some events that are so universal and some ideas, expressions, emotions that are so universal that they somehow manage to pop up cross-culturally over periods of time between many and almost all individuals. And so it's not that there is a collective consciousness like I can reach into Chris's brain or something
Well,
like that.
you may not be able to.
Oh yeah,
Well, I don't
I
have
am only
one,
human.
so-
If we're going back to the damn vision argument from last time.
Well, you are.
But there certainly is. There seems to be something that connects people, and there are many interpretations of what that could be. It could just be an evolutionary principle where maybe there was a flood in the past and it decimated our past ancestors' homes so much that it cropped itself into this story, right? Because stories are the way that you represent reality. Because it's hard to articulate things on a it's hard. Yeah, I'm getting at it right now. It's hard to articulate things in a manner to which you can understand. So the best alternative is to tell a story about it that conveys a meaning that comes across your point, right?
Well, it can be understood rather than if it can't be articulated, it can be understood.
Exactly, right. And so we have to consider, okay, there's a let's just, for the sake of the argument, there's a universal flood, right? In different cultures, a lot of people died around that. So you tell the story about that. And generally speaking, all your stories have God or gods telling a certain character or family that they need to do whatever and they'll be saved. And so we have to consider, A, why is God or the gods telling this person this? And B, what exactly do they need to do that saves them? So if you look at the story of Noah.
Hey, Chris. All right, let's see.
What are you buying?
4322 4355
Stop. Continue.
0207. That's the credit card
buying
number.
Something on on the podcast. What are you?
Nothing. Continue.
He forgot to buy the ticket. He's doing it now, too, actually.
Yeah.
I was just going to do it out of the door.
Oh, really? Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, did I need to buy it
If
beforehand?
it's the place where I think it is, don't bring your wallets in there, because I've been there once.
It's a house.
Yeah, I know.
You get robbed?
No, it was just a very sketchy place.
I'll cap a bitch.
I don't know if I want to go to a sketchy place.
Yeah. No,
What am I, an animator?
No, it's like going in there is sketchy, but once you're there, you're fine.
That's like the Red Room.
Wait, what? Anyways, oh god, where was I? Oh yeah, so we have to consider why. What we have to essentially consider the meaning of the stories, right? And the meaning of the story of Noah, is God floods the world because everybody was sinning, right? And that it just evolved into something terrible, and so God sends the waters, right? So the waters from from the waters above, the waters below. Waters generally speaking, and in between, yeah. Waters generally speaking represent chaos. That's where the sea serpent Tiamat form, the Leviathan. We talked about that in one of the
Godzilla vs.
episodes.
Kong, too.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you probably mentioned it in every single episode.
Probably.
You mentioned it in Star Wars, where you just used it to like prove how stupid I am.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Which
Yeah, I do.
Makes you stupid!
um,
It hurt
Stupid.
my feelings.
For those of you who can't see, I'm pointing at Kyle. Stupid.
yeah. So
Those of you that can't see.
Right.
You have an audience.
See? Exactly. But also, we exist and we can see. So it's anybody but us, which means for those of you who can't see. We've already had discussion. You know.
So the Leviathan, right? All that stuff. Water represents chaos, right? That the coming chaos
Cat.
is what
Somebody fart?
that's the future, right?
I did.
Oh.
Sorry.
The coming chaos is the negative potential of the future, right?
Chris!
Oh my god! Ah!
Oh, cool. My purchase went through.
Did anybody shoot Chris?
Yeah.
No, they shot me.
I shot both.
That was like when he,
Yeah.
Speaking of water coming.
Oh my god. Okay. So,
Noah.
all right.
That's a bad movie, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, it was
The Noah
terrible.
movie?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
yeah. Well, they took they took scripture that was like a page and a half and tried to turn it into a 2.5 hour movie. I'm like, oh, I wonder why we got so
Dude,
far off.
yeah, same thing with the
Emma
Hobbit.
Watson was in it.
She was in it. My favorite thing is it opens.
Lord of the Rings!
Yeah.
Hey,
Lord of the Rings was, oh,
if you know, you know.
you know.
Claire knows.
Claire knows. All right.
So did everybody in the entire 10-mile radius.
Hey, don't be mean.
All right. Basically, I'm just gonna cut it short because I can't get more than 5 minutes of speaking out.
5 minutes? Oh my god! That's a long time just for one person to speak.
So,
Hey!
That
Hey!
is a fourth of Chris's recap.
Hey.
All right.
Hayes for horses.
2 things.
G is for grass.
If you are called upon God, there is no confirmation that there is not going to be the oncoming flood. In fact, that is almost certain. There is not a single biblical story where God calls upon somebody and they do not meet a challenge on that way. Secondly, the best way to act, so as God commands, as God chooses a specific person, the best way to act is someone who is right in their generation, somebody who has their family integrated in a way that that promotes something worth saving, let's say. The point that I was trying to get at, and I could have got it a lot sooner had we not made me backtrack by making me lose my point.
Hey, you punched me, all right?
Hopper, I did punch him, so I'm a little lead. I'll give a little leadway on that.
My head hurts.
The point that I was trying to make is that I think Black Widow needed that. That was the whole point. And
What does she need again?
Just say it. You don't tell us the story. Just say it.
she needs to be right in her generations.
Yeah.
She needs this family unit to be cohesive before she's able to move on to the purpose that she has been called upon by God.
And you know what? She did that.
Exactly. My blood pressure is so high right now.
It's probably all the cheese and soda.
It was probably all the cheese and the trying to outrun Chris's car,
Yeah.
of which I am
And-
still out of breath from.
And the forceful punch that it ruptured my cranium.
It wasn't even that hard of a punch, honestly.
You hit me right here,
I
like
did,
on the eyeball.
but it was like a pop. It wasn't. I didn't.
you have
pull through with
bony
I
bones,
can't help
though.
that I got nice. He said bone. I can't help that I got the adamantium.
Adamantium.
Adamantium fucking skeleton.
Hey, what you know? We talked about this reminiscence. How it looks like he's going into the adamantium. Let me see your hand. I'll show you. Make a fist so you can feel it. No, you came. You like right there.
Yeah. No, did you hear what he said? Gross.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well,
now
that's
that,
all I have to say.
Yeah. Now that Kyle got that out, Chris,
Nice.
The American Pie song is all I had.
did you not watch the movie?
No, I did. I watched it with you guys.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yo,
right.
I got up. I missed probably a
I spent
consecutive 10 minutes of that
$7.
movie.
I spent $7.
And you do it every time.
Yeah, every
too.
time I go to the theater, I have to pee like 18 times. But when we watch a movie here, don't have to get up.
Yeah,
once.
you went up like at
That's
least
because you
5
buy a
times.
massive 64-ounce drink and slurp it down in the preview.
Movie
Well-
theaters don't make money from the tickets. That's why I buy something, and I'm not hungry when I
You
go.
got a medium drink, right?
Yeah, I got a
All
medium.
right, how much did you pay for it?
It was like, I don't know, five
Okay.
or $6.
I paid $7 for a large drink
Dude.
that was wider than it was tall, and
That's
I
me.
and I got a ginger ale, and it was nasty.
They were out of my favorite. They were out of vanilla Coke Zero, and I was so mad.
I wanted
get-
a Sprite. They had ginger ale, and it was nasty.
It's the same thing. It's the same.
It's
thing.
not.
Just carbonated
it's
ginger
not.
ale.
It's
Well,
not.
you can go to Mapco and get like a 64-ounce Big Slurp, $10 if you get that reference.
I know it.
Yeah,
I know
you
it.
should know it.
It's from Loki.
Yeah,
Is it?
he goes. You see the 64-ounce Big Slurp? This is like the
This is like the timeline.
yeah.
Okay. The point that I was going to make is the reason that I get drinks and stuff at the movie theaters because again they don't make money off of tickets, and I like going to the movie theaters. So the way to support them, especially after COVID, where most of them shut down, is to buy one of the concessions when you get your ticket because the ticket money for the first few weeks that it's in theaters only goes to the distributor.
Mhm.
It doesn't go to the actual theaters. And so to keep the theaters in business, that's why I usually get a drink or something.
I get mac and cheese bites,
You did.
and they're way overpriced,
They,
and
yeah,
they're not
very
that good.
expensive. But if more people got those drinks, theoretically those prices would go down. Like if more people bought concessions, but most people sneak them in.
This is America. Don't get me tripping up. Don't get me tripping up.
Lightspeed's on. Zip it on.
No.
This is
the
the
chicken.
Falcon.
This is the chicken wing.
Millennium Falcon.
You know that one? $10.
Don't try to steal it, Han.
I know they do.
Don't try to steal it, Han.
Anyway,
This is
so
the
yeah,
Falcon.
Noah.
Lane
No,
Calrissian.
that's good, Kyle.
Also, the Seinfeld lady, was she in like Captain
Yes,
Winter
yes,
Soldier?
it's,
She was
it's
in
literally
Captain
the same
America and the
character.
Winter Soldier.
Okay, I only watched the first 3 episodes and then just
It's
stopped
okay.
watching.
Here's the worst part about Captain America and Winter Soldier. Same
Or
thing with Scarlet
Falcon
Witch.
and Winter Soldier.
He's Captain America now, Chris.
Yeah.
So but before the last episode,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was.
Falcon and the
And then they
Winter
changed the title, which I don't know how that's going to work when the second season comes out. Because is it going to be under the same masthead? Oh, God, it's so confusing. I can't. I don't like it when they change their show names. What time are we at?
56.
Shit, this is a short episode.
No, it's not. I got more to talk about.
Okay, we'll go for it, Jake. Jacob.
What were you gonna say?
Nothing. I was just going to complain about the last episode.
Well, if Chris would talk more.
Gucci.
Oh,
Okay.
another thing that I think is interesting about the Black Widow study, a little thing that I was talking about earlier, is that I didn't get to talk about this because I got Mace Windu'd. I don't know what that means.
You got thrown out a window
Yeah,
with lightning hands.
there you go. Is that like I already kind of said this, but she's always on the run. Then I started to talk about family part like that, but no. Is that when they're leaving 1995, when they're leaving that year, the mom, look, you punched me in the head, all right? My brain's a little bit slower.
When they left 1995.
For those of you who can't see, Cal just made a, well, never mind. No,
Okay, go finish your point.
I want my gun back.
Finish your point.
I want my gun back.
Finish your
Thank
point.
you.
They're Nerf guns.
The mom says we're going home, and Natasha's like, or Elena's like, "Mommy, you're silly. We just left home."
Which is a super cringy line, by the way.
It is. Oh, they're acting
Anytime,
all cringy right
anytime you say the word silly, I do not like you. If someone goes, "Oh, look at that person being silly," I'm like, "Nope, we're not gonna be friends." Like, we're not. Can't do it. If any of you guys say silly, never talking to you again.
What about the word wacky?
Wacky's okay. Because I like the wacky races. What are you laughing at?
I forget there's
there.
people
Do you like
over there.
that? Are you having a good time with that?
I think that's funny.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Hey, do that again.
Yeah,
For those of you who can't see, I'm hilarious.
They don't need to see you. That's actually probably better if they don't
For
see
those of you
you.
who can't see, look at this one photogenic picture that Chris took of me.
You want to be
Why are you
photogenic?
pulling this up right now? Yeah.
Can you see it?
They can
Yeah,
feel the
I had-
sexiness.
Yeah, I held the picture up to the microphone. So
I'm happy you like that
I
picture.
help you.
yeah, I really like this picture. Look at
I'll
this.
help you.
Pass that around.
This
Look
is
at that.
what it sounds like.
Look at that. That's me.
Yeah,
It's the-
baby.
I know it's the
I-
only picture I've ever looked good in.
I took it.
Hey, fuck you!
It's not. No, I'm. That's a me thing.
What about the pictures I took of you?
Again, I look fucking stupid in them.
What?
I always look. No, that's just
No,
my face. Like
no,
it happens that it's
that
like
hurts.
0.1% of the time that I look good in a photo.
That hurts.
This is the 0.1%.
I thought you looked good in my photos.
I think Kyle
I didn't like
looks
my
a
hair.
sexy beast in my photo.
You were like, oh, something about me drinking makes me look really cool.
Oh, the wedding ones.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Why are we talking about this?
Yeah.
Because Kyle brought it up.
Why did you say my name
Because
like
Talk
that?
about Black Widow.
Black Widow doesn't have that much to offer. That's what
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Yeah.
Every movie has a lot to offer.
And this is why you'll never actually be on the
nothing
podcast.
and nothing about everything.
This is why you'll never really be on the podcast, Jonathan.
This is the one that Jake took of me when I'm drinking.
Because
That's another good
every-
photo.
everything go off
That's-
of it.
Dude, you can dig and get a lot of stuff out.
That's the point. That's the point of the podcast.
I think I look better in candid photos than I do in posed photos.
Why do you have the glass like up to your glasses?
That's how I drink, man. There was not a lot of water in there. I had to fucking down it.
Well, actually,
And I was thirsty because it was hot as fucking in your wedding venue.
You'd know if you were a real fan.
It was particularly hot in the bedroom.
That
That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. I didn't think people could hear me.
Zach's.
What are you talking about? There's a microphone right here, Chris.
Also, in this photo, my hair's flat on the back.
Why are we talking about this?
They can't see your photo.
I know.
That's why we preface with, for those of you who can't see.
Look at this one of me drinking.
then we
I look
describe
cool
it.
in that one. I look like I'm debauchery.
Let's do
Alright.
Like I am debauchery.
You should have kept note at like what time mark we started this ramble.
No,
No.
it's
Just
funny.
told
No.
them to skip.
This
to
is
this.
right before.
It was like
Let me see. For those of you who can't see.
He got pretty wasted.
Well, it's because I was drinking champagne straight from the bottle, and Jake and I were having a conversation about like experience.
Women.
No, we were talking.
That's how it
about-
started.
Yeah, but we started getting onto. Well, we talked about it in one. of
Core
the podcasts.
value
Yeah,
stuff.
and then after like 10 minutes, after I finished it, like 10 minutes later, I was like, "Oh, it's sitting bad,
You can see the
dude. You're gonna upset the neighbors."
it was literally just
Huh?
It was literally just saying that your upstairs neighbors are just probably hearing.
Our upstairs neighbors are fucking elephants, okay?
Whoa!
Whoa.
I know the person who's up there.
Really?
Yeah.
And guess what? They're an elephant.
You remember?
I do. And they're an elephant.
Okay.
Anyway, and guess what? Elephants never forget anything. Throwback, $10. If you know. Anyway, Natasha. No, Chris.
Hi.
wait.
Good night. Love you.
What are you doing, Chris?
Thinking about.
The lyrics.
Yeah.
Maybe if you would have wrote instead of buying tickets, you would have had it.
Well, that's the thing about a freestyle. You can't write it.
But you wrote it last time.
That's the thing about the freestyle. You can't pay for it.
Yeah, but all of them were bad up until last
F-R-E-E,
episode.
that spells free.
Come baby. Saw their ad on my TV. Thought about going, but was too lazy. Now instead of looking fly, I'm rolling fat. My legs are sticking to the vinyl, and my posse's getting laughed at. F-R-E-E.
Wait,
that
I thought you
spells
said
free.
my...
Posses. No, not the other thing.
All right. We
That was
ready for
it.
this?
That was
Okay.
Ready
Hold
for this?
on. Pacino Podcast. Twitter.
Yes.
No. At Pacino Pod on Twitter. Send us a meme. No, you know what? Here's what we'll do. Tell me
I'm scared.
what your
I'm sorry. Continue.
tell us what your favorite Marvel show was at this little 3 right here. There's your right answer. Now send us PacinoPodcast@gmail.com. Send us a lengthy email why you think all of my friends are fake except Jeremiah because none of them listen to the podcast.
I like Jeremiah. Shut up.
I do too. I said everyone but Jeremiah.
He goes,
My-
"Hey now, Mister, I like the guy you complimented."
My mind did a 69 on what you said.
Hey, the audience
you
like
missed
that.
number by a bit.
I believe it's 360.
That's a 180.
What did I say?
180 is around.
Chris knows
360
exactly
would
what
be
he
going
said.
back to the beginning. That'd be like exactly what he did. He was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I also like him."
That is what he did.
No,
No, well, it's Circle of Life, and
no.
that's what I said.
All
All right, play the music.
Wait, are you guys not beatboxing?
Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Whoop, restart. All right.
Wait, we gotta rewind.
All right, well, this beat doesn't like work with what I thought about. So,
It's okay.
all right,
That's my beatbox.
you're just spinning everywhere.
Digga 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 digga.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, this one's for my girl. All right,
Yeah, here we go.
Scarlett Johansson, Marilyn No Manson. Look up in the sky and you see a Russian mansion. Wait, that ain't no mansion. That's a red room. Now that shit exploded and it's fallen to our doom. Okay, I just explained the last part of the movie. I didn't get to see Scarlett Johansson showing her weight. I can't say that because this is a family podcast. My family listens to this, and I am a sarcastic man. I rap with comedy. I watch them movies and I see all them celebrities who sold their souls to comedy in Hollywood, not comedy. I don't know why I said that. I am scared and I might shit myself. Yay!
Also, happy birthday to Chris.
Yeah, happy birthday, sweet 16.
I hate him.